When starting soap making, you think that you need more ingredients to create better products. In reality, you need more understanding of very few ingredients. And then if you know this, you can tweak the ratios to create complete unique products. So today we're gonna talk exactly about that. How you can create 6 complete unique skincare products with only 7 ingredients. And the reason I'm doing this is to show you that you don't need to buy 100 different oils, 100 different butters and active ingredients to create your own skincare. All you need is a few ingredients, better understanding of formulation in order to tweak the ratios and combine them together to create many different skincare products. So let's look at the 7 ingredients: olive oil, coconut oil, shea butter, castor oil, baking soda or magnesium hydroxide, cornstarch or arrowroot powder, and beeswax. With these 7 ingredients, we're gonna see how you can make body soap, sensitive skin soap, dish soap, shaving soap, lip balm, and deodorant. If you want a free PDF with those 7 ingredients and the ratios you need to produce these 6 products, then comment "I want a formulation" and I will send to you as soon as I see your comment. So let's look at the different ingredients. Olive oil is high in oleic acid. In soap, when oleic acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, otherwise known as lye, which is the typical saponification reaction, it converts to sodium oleate, which is an ingredient that adds a lot of conditioning and gentle properties to your lather. Olive oil is perfect for creating a soap suitable both for normal but more importantly for sensitive skin types. The most popular soaps in the world, Aleppo soap, Marseille soap, Castille soap, they all have one thing in common. They are made with a very high concentration of olive oil, and this is to provide a very gentle and luxurious lather. And because they are made with a very high concentration of olive oil, they also need curing for minimum 6 months. And that's because oleic acid is a very long fatty acid chain, so it takes a lot of time to be converted into soap. And trust me, patience is very rewarding here. The result is phenomenal. So olive oil does not remain as olive oil in soap. It always converts to sodium oleate, which is the ingredient that gives this gentle and conditioning lather. In other products like deodorant and lip balm, as we will see later, olive oil contributes to adding this amazing glide, and it makes everything adhere to the lips properly. Then we have coconut oil, and coconut oil is high in lauric acid. In soap, when lauric acid reacts with sodium hydroxide, it converts to sodium laurate, which is a substance that creates a lot of bubbles. So coconut oil in soap equals bubbles and cleanliness. So if you want a soap with a lot of bubbles, for example a dish soap, you want to increase the concentration of coconut oil. If you have sensitive skin soap, you want to remove coconut oil completely. When it comes to other skincare products like lip balms and deodorants, coconut oil adds moisturizing properties, and at the same time lauric acid is antimicrobial, so you get some antimicrobial activity as well, which is really good for deodorants as we will see later, and you get some antimicrobial activity on your lips as well. Next ingredient is shea butter. With shea butter is very high in stearic acid, and shea butter adds this very creamy lather onto your soap, and when it comes to other skincare products, it acts as an occlusive. Mainly means that it traps moisture into the skin and it doesn't allow moisture to evaporate. Then we have castor oil, and castor oil is high in ricinoleic acid, and in soap it creates this very thick, luxurious and rich lather. It works perfectly fine with all the other ingredients, and especially coconut oil, because it creates these very big fluffy bubbles. A little goes a long the way, so you don't want to add too much castor oil because it can feel too sticky on your skin. The next ingredient is cornstarch or arrowroot powder. And cornstarch, what it does is that we use it in deodorants, and basically there it absorbs all the moisture, the sweat from your skin. And then the next ingredient is basically baking soda. Baking soda, what it does is that it has a very high pH, so it increases the pH of your armpits so that bacteria do not grow in there and cause all the malodor that they usually cause. The problem with baking soda is that it can cause sensitivity to certain types of skin, and that's why you can replace it with magnesium hydroxide, which is a mild base. It basically raises the pH slightly of your armpit so that bacteria cannot grow in there and cause the bad odor, but at the same time is a very mild base so it doesn't cause sensitivity to your skin. And the last ingredient, beeswax. And beeswax is an amazing ingredient for lip balms and deodorants because it brings everything together. It's what binds all the ingredients together and it gives a very beautiful solid structure. Let's look at the 6 products. You want to make a body soap for normal skin type, you can use a combination of coconut oil, olive oil, shea butter and castor oil. You want to make a soap that is suitable for sensitive skin, you want to remove coconut oil completely to avoid any irritation and dryness. Do you want to make a soap for shaving? You want to increase the concentration of shea butter up to 60% because that will provide with a very creamy and luxurious lather suitable for the razor to basically glide on your skin. You want a soap that is suitable for the dishes? You want to increase the coconut oil concentration up to 90-95% to create a lot of bubbles. Then for deodorants, you want a combination of beeswax, olive oil, shea butter and coconut oil, which will basically provide a beautiful structure and glide for your armpits. And then your active ingredients is going to be cornstarch or arrowroot powder to absorb the sweat and the moisture, and baking soda or magnesium hydroxide to raise the pH so the bacteria cannot grow in there. And last, if you want a lip balm, then you need to combine beeswax, olive oil, shea butter and coconut oil, and you create this amazing balm that has a beautiful glide on your lips and works every single time. Hope this video could add some value to you and enjoy this outdoor setting today. And the whole point of the video is to show you that you don't need more ingredients. You need better understanding of very few ingredients and the formulation behind those. A lot of people think that they have to use some luxurious oils for soap making, like grapeseed oil or rosehip oil or rice bran oil. All of these oils, they have one thing in common. They are very high in linoleic acid. So every time you use an oil with a high concentration of linoleic acid in soap, it has a very high risk of rancidity. So linoleic acid is a polyunsaturated acid that is very prone to oxidation and basically degrades very, very easily and leads to the so-called dreaded orange spots. So this is something that you don't really want in your soap. So you want basically an oil with a high concentration of oleic acid because this is stable and does not cause any problems. And all of the other fancy oils like avocado oil or macadamia oil or argan oil, they're fantastic oils, but bear in mind that these oils have certain nutrients and antioxidants that olive oil does not have, and I get that. But listen, in saponification, you have a very high pH and high temperature. All of these ingredients, like the antioxidant and the vitamins, do not survive the harsh environment of saponification. They get degraded. So in the end, they don't add any extra value compared to olive oil. So you pay double the amount or even triple the amount that you would pay for olive oil to get the exact same value and no extra properties. So if you use avocado oil or macadamia oil, it's only for marketing reasons. There is no extra function to your soap by using these oils. And that's exactly what I want to tell you about buying more oils. And more oils do not mean better soap. More oils do not mean that you are more advanced soap making. It's actually the opposite. An advanced soap maker makes more products with less ingredients because they understand formulation.